Good morning. So good morning guys, it's Saturday morning and I thought that I would just do my morning routine because I'm not rushing today and therefore can give a little bit of thought into putting together a nice video for you guys. I know it's been a while since I've last posted, but I won't go into it too much, but I had some issue with my iPhone storage, and so another time, maybe another video. Tell me if you want to hear more about my iPhone trouble. Anyway, so in the morning on Saturday, typically I would get up around about, a bit later, about 9 o'clock. And today is a beautiful day. It's so, kind of springy, and yet we're not in spring, we're in autumn in Australia here. Slight kind of wind, but the kind of wind that stirs some romantic sort of narrative, because you've got the whispering of the leaves and it's really quite pretty. So typically I would get up and go out into my garden, looking around at all my plants, saying hello to them. Bit crazy, but normally then I would just wash my face, and then I would then start with what they call the Micellar treatment, and this allows me to not have to do like the actual cleansing. Apparently my facial therapist said to me that I can just use this morning and night just to give the skin a bit of a wash, which is I've done. So like this. And it takes off any sort of dust overnight that may have accumulated. Don't know how, but anyway, so give it a bit of a cleanse and then let it breathe a bit. Next, I will be using the Cosmedics Biotics B3 Plus. It sounds a bit, scientific, but I'm not too sure if it works, but I've just really started using it, and it kind of evens out my skin tone and give a bit of a collagen boosting. So all good things. Let's have a try. And normally I just take like a couple of drops from the bottle, and they say to just put it directly onto your skin, a couple of drops, so then it doesn't go to waste, and just with your fingers tap it. I have watched quite a couple of these beauty morning routine rituals on YouTube, and you watch the Hailey Bieber's, the Selena Gomez. I think there was a Brooke Shields one that I watched, a couple of French girls, It Girls, Alexa Chung, and they do it with so much more grace than I do. But anyway, so then if that's all done, I follow up with the Immortal cream. Yes, not that we want to be immortal. I think living to 100 years old is probably quite enough. But this one is actually professional strength, so I don't know, I'm hoping that something will work. So kind of investing a little bit in sort of medical grade stuff just to try and sort out my skin a bit, because I am prone to pigmentation, and it just doesn't provide for a very good canvas, because I don't like wearing makeup at all. All I would wear would be mascara. No, actually not even mascara. What am I talking about? What you call it? Eyeliner, and moisturizer, and sunblock and lipstick, and then I'm good to go. But I think now that I am of a certain age, I'm going to need to do a bit more work. So that's my skin prepped for the day. And then I think next what I would do is I would normally put on some sunscreen. So with sunscreen, I normally reach for my Cancer Council's endorsed everyday sunscreen. It's a really big bottle. It's 30 plus. I really should be using 50 plus because the sun in Australia is actually quite strong. But what I normally do is after my moisturizer, I would just then put on, again, pat on the sunscreen, because even though, you know, autumn doesn't bring me too much sun, today is a little bit sunny, but as a rule I just use sunscreen every day, no matter what, and it just provides a bit of protection for my face. And apparently you're supposed to put it around your, in your, you know, on your ears as well, because that's where a lot of the sunspot actually can cause a bit of damage, because people forget about the ears. Now you can tell that I'm actually not very practiced at putting myself on video when I do my morning routine, because really I should really be putting my hair back when I do my skin routine and my makeup. So anyway, hair's going back, and that's what it looks like. And so next I'm going to be using a little bit of foundation, because I'm thinking if I have it my way. Oh, sorry about that. This is, remember I did a video on dyeing my hair and I got some dye in my lovely dressing gown. So I'm just going to put that there so that doesn't look too ridiculous. Now, so I'm actually just using a Maybelline Dream Satin Liquid. I'm not too sure if even this color matches me. I bought this quite a long time ago, but you know, it's medium coverage. Maybe it might be a bit too light, but we'll see how it goes, because I want to hopefully do a bit of filming regarding my potentially travel wardrobe later, and so I thought maybe I might just put on some makeup, and I'm gonna try and be a bit more professional about this by using what is not a beauty bar or a beauty, I don't know, sponge, but just something that I got from Mecca. I will buy one. I'm just really not into makeup as such, but I am about to, and I'm just learning along the way. You see how it's a little bit light, but I think if I blend, it might give me the coverage that I need, but I don't want to blend too much in the sense that it wipes out all the lovely professional grade moisturizer vitamins, I guess, that I had put on previously. Does that give a better coverage? Hide my terrible skin that's full of age spots. So then I think the next thing I'd do is to do concealer, and I'm just going to go here to cover then my dark circles. And also down here where I have a bit of spots, and again just blend and hope for the best. I'm actually long-sighted, so not wearing my reading aid means that my makeup could be a hit or miss. But since I'm not really seeing anybody, I think I should be all right. I'm hanging out with my kids today, maybe taking them for lunch and going to a couple of shops to grab a few things. It's going to be a really good weekend, I think. Okay, so that's that. Now, next, what I would do is I will then start putting on the actual makeup. Now, I'm not too sure if you know, but I've kind of did microblading on my eyebrows about a year ago, and obviously it's faded. But I don't know, when I was younger in the 90s, I used to pluck my eyebrows into oblivion. I was going for the Beverly Hills 90210 look. If you look at the actress that played Kelly, she just has really like just a fine line. Anyway, mine never grew back, so that was a bit silly. So anyway, I won't touch the brows today, but I do always put eyeliner. That is my go-to makeup, I guess, thing that I do. So going to be using Stiller, which is, sorry, here you go, Stiller. That's my go-to for eyeliner. And typically I would just, not very professionally, just kind of go as close to the lash line as possible. And then I would go halfway through underneath. And then I would just try and draw my way into a kind of a wing thing. Can you see the difference? Okay, so next. So here's the lipstick that I'm using, and it's quite old that I can't actually tell you what it is, but it is a kind of a pink shade, but light. It's the only lipstick that I have that's this color. Most of my lipsticks are red, and I think I'm going to need to invest in a few more that's more neutral or lighter and not so severe. Although when I do go to Europe, I will be bringing a red lipstick because, you know, you got to bring a little bit of glamour. So yes, so this is like a bit of a blue base, and I like lipstick that has a bit of a blue tone to it. Okay, again, I'm not an expert. I'm not a beauty expert by any means, but it does help your teeth be a bit brighter if you've got blue tone, the lipstick that has a bit of a blue tone behind it, if that makes sense. So normally I just, there you go. And that's it, really. Makeup routine. Oh, and just because I'm doing this video, because normally I wouldn't, I would probably put on some blush as well. And I love the NARS blush. It has a bit of a wicked name called the Orgasm. And yes, that's the color. And I would just put that around there. And there you have it. My makeup on a Saturday. Any other day really, but yeah, nothing too crazy. I think I will wear my hair up later, but that's it. What do you think? I think there's nothing more amazing really than that first sip or second sip of a good coffee. Mind you, I made that coffee myself. It's not the best, but still, that hit of caffeine. So now typically after my morning routine, I would just sit down with my cup of coffee and catch up on the day's news. And normally I wouldn't spend too much time because I would have to go to work. But on a Saturday morning, taking some time and reading sometimes quite terrible news, so I try not to dwell too much on the negativity. It's really nice to just sit down and relax a bit before the day begins.
Is my meal or yours?
It's your time. That was quite delicious. Well guys, thank you so much for joining me this week for my video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.